news is just in. Fernando Alonso is going to call time on his 17-year Formula One career at the end of the 2018 season. It's sad news, yes, but for a man that has spent the last few years in uncompetitive machinery, did we really expect anything different? Fernando Alonso has entered 305 Grand Prix, which will be 312 by the end of the season. Finished on the podium 97 times, scored 1,893 points and counting, had 32 race wins, had 22 pole positions and 23 fastest laps. And he's obviously won 2 world championships with Renault in 2005 and 2006. For a little bit of a backstory behind Fernando Alonso's trip to Formula One, he was born in the Spanish city of Oviedo, and at 3 years old began karting. In 1992, he clinched his first of 5 Spanish karting championships, and then won the 1996 World Championship crown. He then competed in Formula 3000 and 2000 before moving over to Formula 1 with Minardi in 2001. He then took a year out to go testing with Renault in 2002 before making a full-time return in 2003 and becoming the youngest ever pole sitter, and obviously the next day at Hungaroring in 2003 becoming the youngest ever Formula 1 race winner at the time. He's obviously best remembered for his 2005 and 2006 championships, where he ended the era of dominance by Schumacher and Ferrari, before he moved on to McLaren in 2007, partnering rookie Lewis Hamilton, where they both ended at loggerheads in the McLaren team, before he moved back to Renault in 2008. After a couple of years at Renault, he got 2 wins in 2008 and struggled in 2009. He moved over to Ferrari, where he nearly won the 2010 World Championship before struggling in 2011 and then completely overdriving an uncompetitive Ferrari in 2012. 2013 saw him take out his 2 last race wins, his last coming at Barcelona of that year before the turbo hybrid era, where he only got 2 podiums in 2014. He then moved over to McLaren in 2015, partnering Jenson Button in an all-new McLaren-Honda partnership. It was promised great things, but unfortunately it never came to fruition, and as the years went on, he was stuck in a midfield team. And in 2018 there was hope that he and McLaren would be competitive again with Renault engines. However, that never happened, and come the 2018 summer break, before the Belgian Grand Prix, he has announced his retirement from Formula One with a heartfelt message. And from a statement from Fernando Alonso, it reads, "After 17 wonderful years in this amazing sport, it's time for me to make a change and move on. I have enjoyed every single minute of those incredible seasons, and I cannot thank enough the people who have contributed to make them all so special. There are still several Grand Prix to go this season, and I will take part in them with more commitment and passion than ever. Let's see what the future brings. New exciting challenges are around the corner. I'm having one of the happiest times ever in my life, but I need to go exploring new adventures. I know they will come back stronger and better in the future, and it could be the right moment for me to come back in the series. That would make me really happy. I have built so many great relationships with fantastic people at McLaren, and they have given me the opportunity to broaden my horizons and race in other categories. I feel I am a more competitive driver now than ever. I made this decision some months ago. Nevertheless, I would like to sincerely thank Chase Carey and Liberty Media for the efforts made to change my mind, and everyone who has contacted me during this time. Finally, I would like to thank all my former teams, teammates, competitors, colleagues, partners, journalists, and everyone who I have worked with in my Formula One career, and especially my fans all over the world. I am quite sure our paths will cross again in the future." It's quite interesting, this statement, because the line, "I know they will come back stronger," talking about McLaren and better in the future, and it could be the right moment for me to come back in the series. That would make me really happy. Now, I've said this recently on the MotoView podcast that I believe Alonso will step away for a couple of years and then come back to the series if he sees that McLaren will be ready in 2021. This might not be the end of Fernando Alonso in Formula One. He could come back, and if the McLaren is showing promise by that point, then we never know. So what does this mean for McLaren? Well, it looks like it could be good news for Stoffel Van Dorn, as Fernando Alonso won't be in the team next year, so he might be saved. But then again, there's Carlos Sainz. If he's not taken by Red Bull, then he will be in the team next year, and I think McLaren will want to promote their junior driver, Formula 2 Championship contender Lando Norris, into the team next year. So what does this mean for Formula 1? Well, they've lost one of their most competitive and ferocious drivers in Fernando Alonso, and one of the most marketable, but they've still got Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel. Of course, they've got Max Verstappen, Daniel Ricciardo. Fernando Alonso is a big loss to the sport, but it's not the be-all and end-all of Formula 1. Personally, I would love to see Fernando Alonso come back in 2021. That one last push to try and win his third Formula 1 crown. Do I think it will happen? It's hard to say at the moment, but if McLaren have that car ready for 2021, I think he'll come back. He'll be 40 at that time, but then again, we've seen that Michael Schumacher can race competitively at 40. We've seen a number of drivers in the past race competitively at 40. Who's to say that Fernando Alonso can't come back, win races, challenge for podiums, even win the championship once again? But for the moment, Fernando Alonso would like to say a massive thank you at MotoView for everything you've done for the sport, all the great memories you've given us, all the fantastic battles throughout the years, and hopefully you go out on a high at the end of 2018. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up to help the channel and check out other MotoView content.